Bold TV. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Bold TV. Bold TV is beautiful, outstanding Ladies with Disabilities television. It's powered by Bold Heart Initiative, and it comes to you every Saturday by 10:30 a.m. Here we have conversations on disability and its related issues, shedding the gender light. If you would like to participate in this program or sponsor, we ask that you write to us on our email, boldheartnetwork.info@gmail.com, or reach out to any of the regular co-hosts and we'll tell you how. We want to thank all our online participants for being with us since we started in 2020. You've joined us on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/boldheartsnetwork. You've also joined and subscribed and watched us on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/@boldtv_boldheart. And we say thank you. Now, what is the focus of today's episode? Today, we will be looking at an empowered mindset. An empowered mindset. And to help me in this conversation, I have dynamic, beautiful, outstanding ladies with disabilities, and they will introduce themselves.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, online participants. I remain Osaki Teresa Georgie. I reside in Onne, Rivers State. I'm a polio warrior. I'm into farming, that's poultry, and also a freelancer. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Of course, Osaki is a co-host on Bold TV, and it's always a pleasure to have her as part of the conversation. So we'll have our guest introduce herself. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, good morning, everybody. I am Barrister Oreva Ofe-Ikine. I am an in-house counsel for Delta State University, Abraka. I reside at Abraka in Delta State, and I am a polio warrior. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, glad to have you. So polio warriors versus spinal cord injury captain, which one? I don't know. So by way of introduction, my name is Freky Etienne. I'm based in Port Harcourt in Rivers State. I'm the executive director of Freky Foundation. And as you heard, I have spinal cord injury. So I identify as a woman with disability because I use a wheelchair from SCI. And I'm also the ED of Freky and a member of Bold Hearts Initiative. And as always, it is a pleasure to be your host for this episode. So like I said, we are going to be focusing on an empowered mindset. The reality is that empowerment is a process that challenges our assumptions, and it allows us to see things differently, move beyond obvious challenges, and begin to do things differently and therefore get different results. So an empowered mindset we would define as something that involves understanding that our abilities as women with disabilities does not limit us, that we can embrace these challenges, surpass these challenges, and thrive above challenges as women with disabilities. But our reality is this: it starts with the mindset, and not just any mindset, an empowered one. So to kick off the conversations, I'd like to ask this question, and I've given some perspective on the topic. I'd like to ask Oreva, what is an empowered or an empowering mindset to you? What does it mean? Please go ahead.
Okay. For me, an empowered mindset as a woman with disability is, the mindset that sees life as a series of battles that are fought. Every day it's a battle. And like battles, you win some, you lose some. For me, knowing that it's a battle in the sense that you face them, and whatever it is that you find as you go along daily is something that you are willing to take on. That is an empowered mindset as far as I'm concerned. Thank you.
Awesome. So for Barrister Oreva, she feels that an empowered mindset is one that is prepared, understands that life is not the bed of roses, it does have thorns, and one that is able or willing to face those challenges, knowing that you may win or you may lose. All right, Osaki.
All right, thank you very much. In my view, empowered mindset is that sense of self-worth, competence, be able to strive through the odds. No matter the circumstance, the situation, you just know that you're a winner. You will skate through, you will get there. I would like to give an illustration when it comes to education, especially a person with disability. The moment you have that mindset that, like for me, one of the things that strived me most was growing up. I felt that one of the way I can skate through, because I didn't have a skill then, I knew that if I'm educated, I think that's my power. I'll be able to skate through. So I didn't even see the odds. It was people that have gone, that have been there. Especially those with that disability, you're like, are you sure? There's a structural building, there's upstairs, there's downstairs, there's crowd, there's this. I wasn't even seeing that. I was just seeing myself being educated, wearing that khaki uniform. So that mindset of, I can do it. That's what I look at, empowered mindset. Thank you.
Amazing and great example with respect to saying that in the place of education that it was going to be possible for her. We will come to how one can develop an empowered mindset, especially for women with disabilities. So just to, with what the ladies have said, it is that ability to, in spite of, nobody is eliminating the fact that there are challenges with being a woman with disability. Nobody is going to gloss over that conversation. It's the real world where we live. But an empowered mindset is one that understands that in spite of this, I will come out on the other side. And that for me is, an empowered mindset. And so my next question is going to be, so we've defined what an empowered mindset is. Why is it then important for us as women with disabilities to have this kind of mindset, understanding that there are challenges and in spite of that thriving or facing them? Why is it important for us as women with disabilities to have that empowered mindset? I'll allow Oreva to please answer. Go ahead.
Okay. As women with disabilities, living with disabilities, why it is essential for us to have that empowered mindset, that mindset of I can do this, is because we face two different kinds of, let's say problems now, let's say obstacles. First of all, we are women. In Nigeria, that's an issue. Automatically, you are marked down, as a lesser person when it comes to office work, when it comes to what you can become, president, or in power. They think that, your place isn't at home. That's the first thing. And then now to not be a woman that is living with a disability, that's like two prongs. That's like two issues you have to contend with. So if you don't have that empowered mindset that makes you strong enough to face the odds and still go for what you think you should have, what you desire, what you are striving for, it will be impossible for you to get there, because you will meet hurdles day in, day out. It's having that empowered mindset that makes you know and face them one after the other, in spite of what you are facing.
So Oreva has spoken to the intersectionality of gender and disability and the role that it plays in the reason why it is so important for we as women with disabilities to have an empowered mindset. That interaction, whether we like it or like it, has a way or has that notion of increasing our vulnerabilities as women and as women with disabilities. Understanding this and then facing it with that empowered mindset is so important. Else, we may get discouraged and decide to settle for less than we are or less than we can offer. So while we're still having our conversation, we had Oluwatomisin Olatayo join us. So Oluwatomisin, I would like you to go ahead and speak to this question on why it is important as a woman with disability to have an empowered mindset.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Oluwatomisin Olatayo. I'm a broadcast journalist who is based in Abeokuta, Ogun State. I'm also an advocate for gender and disability matters and the executive director of Powerful Abilities Foundation. Feels really good to be here. I'm a co-host on Bold TV, and like I said, it feels really good to be here today. Talking about a woman with disability having an empowered mindset, what are the importance of having an empowered mindset? An empowered mindset makes you focused as a woman with disability. Of course, we know that there are quite a whole lot of things that we can do and we are doing, but an empowered mindset gets you from that place of knowledge within yourself. You know within yourself. You have harnessed all your self thought together to say that, okay, this is what I want to go for. It makes your eye focused on the goal. And then at the end of the day, you are a go-getter because you have it within you. You know that you have it within you. And then you just go for it and you get it at the end of the day.
Amazing. So Tomisin, in joining us, said that for a woman with disability, an empowered mindset is so important because number one, it focuses you. The other thing is that it brings your inner abilities outside. You begin to shine through beyond just being a woman with disability. People begin to see other things about you. So yes, as we're having the conversation, we had another beautiful, outstanding lady with disability join us. So Florence, you introduce yourself and you can also respond to the question, why is it important as a woman with disability to have an empowered mindset?
Okay, good morning, our viewers. Thank you for joining us this morning to discuss this very important issue. My name is Florence Marcus. I'm a lawyer and I live and work in Abuja. I'm an amputee. For me, as a woman with disability, I feel that having an empowered mindset will help you to pursue independence, to live an independent life. And this will also help you to, to be, in pursuing independence, you will, help yourself, seek, to educate yourself, to empower yourself economically. And because if you rely on others, they would like to think for you. They like to do things for you. But we're already facing several challenges. And I believe that, when you seek to empower yourself, you are deliberate about it, you will be independent. Thank you.
Honestly, I love the point that you brought about independence. When people think about disabilities, the usual thought is, after they think about charity, welfare, beggarliness, the next thing is a lot of codependence, where there is no notion of independence with a person with disability. In fact, the notion of independence sometimes is foreign. So a lot of times independence is celebrated, even though it should be something that a lot of persons with disabilities should strive for. And an empowered mindset is so important for women with disabilities because you begin to learn that you can be independent. And she added a clause that is so crucial, even economically, because money can cause problems a lot of times. So not just dependence because of help or caregiving and all of that, but in the issue of financial freedoms can be very powerful, for women with disabilities. So we've talked about the importance of why an empowered mindset is crucial for women with disabilities. Then want to step into the next question, and I'm going to be asking Osaki this. So in asking, I want to ask, what are some of the qualities, we said some of them, but what are some of the qualities of an empowered mindset? When you see a woman with disability who puts forward an empowered, what are some of the qualities that you see?
Okay, thank you very, very much. The qualities you could find in a woman with disability when it comes to empowered mindset is what you see is self-confidence. You could see our confidence. Just the way all of us here, it's just showing that we all have empowered mindset. Once we talk with confidence and boldness of what we've experienced and what other person should know. The other I'll talk about is believe in oneself. Believe in yourself. It's possible. You are seeing the positive aspect in respect of the negative odds. You just believe that no matter what, I'm still living. I'm a person. I'm a woman. I can push through. So believe in oneself and self-confidence. Thank you.
For a woman with disabilities and for a person who has an empowered mindset, I believe that it's not all about the person. It's also about the people around you. You should be able to not just concentrate on yourself, but, seek to help others, especially people within your cycle. Support other women, in your cycle. Help others grow, especially persons with disabilities, especially people who are giving up. You show empathy, you show care, love and respect for others. And another thing another reason I will consider is the fact that you don't one of the qualities that I find very interesting is you don't easily give up on things. Like you have to, be persistent, be resilient in whatever you are doing, despite the challenges that confront us as women and as persons with disability. Because when I joined, I heard you talking about the intersectionality. Yes, we are confronted with different challenges. But if you are empowered, you don't just look or rely or depend on the challenges, but you seek to overcome those challenges. Thank you.
Wow, beautifully put. Two qualities of an empowered mindset is one that sees beyond themselves and begins to put into others. So you begin to reach out to others, influence your environment, support other people. So it takes you beyond yourself. It takes you beyond that self thing and allows you to be able to impact your world. No matter how small your circle of influence is, you have impact in your sphere. So that's a powerful quality of an empowered mindset. And of course, she spoke to the fact that empowered mindset is one that is resilient, doesn't give up easily. Honestly, the challenges are real. And I like how Barrister Oreva started it. She spoke to the reality of the challenges. So we're not here to gloss over or tell you it is easy. No, we're just telling you that with an empowered mindset, you can do anything and you need it. So asking the last question, I would like to speak to Affion. Affion, welcome. So Affion, you introduce yourself and then you go ahead and you answer. So we have talked about what an empowered mindset is. We have talked about why it is important as a woman with disability to have an empowered mindset. We've also talked about some of the qualities of an empowered mindset. Now, how does one develop this almighty empowered mindset, especially as women with disabilities? So go ahead.
Good morning, lovely people. I'm sorry I'm coming in late. My name is Alaukwu-Ezekiel. I am a medical lab scientist based in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. I'm a member of Bold Hearts Initiative, and I use a wheelchair from spinal cord injury. So, how to develop an empowered mindset? First, it starts with self-awareness. You must first know and understand yourself. Know who you are. Know the things that influence you. Know how you be able to recognize your immediate responses to situations. When you understand yourself, it is then you are able to identify, okay, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? And from there on, you will now know what to maximize and what to minimize. So first off, self-awareness. And then another thing that you can do to get an empowered mindset is to gain knowledge. You don't know everything. Nobody is an island of knowledge. Nobody knows it all. So acquire knowledge. When you know yourself, you will know there are areas where you are not so good. And those are the areas of your weakness. Then find out, how can I get better in this area? Find out, in this information age, there's a lot of knowledge out there available. Find out, belong to, the community, some of the communities you belong to, you can have access to this knowledge. Find out what is relevant to you and what can help you to move from where you are to where you see yourself being. And then that will help you to begin to empower yourself, because empowerment, they say knowledge is power. You cannot grow or move beyond what you know. It's not just a saying, truly, knowledge empowers. The right kind of knowledge will empower you and help you to move from where you are to where you see yourself being. So first of all, be aware of who you are. And secondly, acquire knowledge to help you, move from who you are to who you see yourself becoming. Thank you.
Beautiful. Awesome. So I'm hoping somebody out there is listening. And I just want to put out there that an empowered mindset is not a destination. It's actually a journey. So there's no arrival point of an empowered mindset. You continue to grow. You continue to become. You meet the version of you that you want, and then you become another version, a better version. You must continue to move forward in advancing when it comes to growth and living. So I would like Osaki to jump in on this. Just say one way of developing an empowered mindset, especially as a woman with disability.
Thank you very much, Freky. Okay, the one I would say is to join a support group, especially this group that we are. Network with people like your kind, even it's not like your kind, but that has a disability. There's something you will learn every day. Like one thing I think I observe, I don't know if it's just me, I think our body system varies and it changes as we get older. Like the body is fragile. So if you join a network and a support of this kind, you will learn, you will hear things. It's like, it's okay, let me tell you. So with that, it will help the empowering of mindset. Thank you.
Awesome. So depending on others that understand what you're going through when it comes to being a woman and on the disability journey is a great advantage. In that space, you can see support, you can see encouragement, you can also gain knowledge, like she said, and that is very crucial. However, can you add to one way of developing an empowered mindset? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Developing an empowered mindset it takes, like you said, it's a process. And I think one key thing is to find your niche as a person. Find your niche regardless of your disabilities and make yourself practically indispensable. I mean, nobody's indispensable, I know. But let it be that in that your niche that you have chosen for yourself, they will have to come to you. They will just have to come to you. This thing needs to get to, no, get to River. River will do this thing. And when you have that kind of need carved out for yourself, you will find yourself having to continue to grow to keep that edge that you have. So I think that's one of the ways, to grow yourself.
I like what she said. There's a lot of mediocrity when it comes to, unfortunately, the disability community. Sometimes we think that people should engage us because of disability rather than the value that we bring. Wins are great ways of developing an empowered mindset. Small wins, celebrating small wins. So when you set out on a goal to set out to do something and you win in that space, celebrate your achievement. If nobody claps for you, clap for yourself. Clap for yourself so much. It's a great motivator and it empowers you to do more. All right, let's have Florence say her one.
I would just reiterate something that you have said on setting goals. It is very, very important to have an empowered mindset. Don't just do things as they come. If not, you find yourself being taken, tossed back and forth by everything. And this also, relates to most of the points that have been raised. For you to even carve a niche for yourself, you must set a goal. Know that this is what you want to achieve. And do things that will help you to grow. Do things that will change your mindset. Is it a book that you want to read? Like, okay, I want to read at least 2 or 3 books that will help me in this area. I want to do this. I want to join this group. I want to be deliberate in writing things, keeping records of the things that you do. So it's good to set clear goals and pursue those goals to ensure that you achieve, whatever goals that you have set.
Okay, beautifully put together. So set goals, let them be singular or specific. Let them be measurable, meaning that at the end of the day, this is what I set out to achieve and I was able to achieve it. You can put it within a time frame, make it realistic. Don't go and set the one that you say you want to be president of Nigeria tomorrow when there's no election next tomorrow. So make it realistic. Let's do things to make it achievable. When we say set smart goals, we're saying you can keep it small, you can keep it short term, you can keep it long term. But let it be that you're looking forward to something and you're walking towards something per time. All right, Afyong wants to add to this.
Yes, one key thing I know that has helped me as a person is flexibility, learning to be flexible. It's quite unfortunate that some people just can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so flexibility is important. What do I mean by flexibility? Your ability to adapt to different situations. If you find yourself, especially on this journey of disability, there are so many things that can happen that are not planned, that you never, you didn't plan for it. Life in itself will happen to you over and over. But if you're not flexible and someone who focuses on, okay, this has happened, let's see how we can move past this and keep going. If you have a goal and something happens, if you're not flexible, you will give up. Because you will tend to think, oh, I didn't achieve this today, so I failed, I didn't do anything. No. Life is about starts, stops, resets, you restart. Wherever you find yourself, there is nothing wrong with restarting. So it is very, very key.
Awesome. So great way to round up that particular question on how one can develop themselves. The power of adaptability is crucial on the disability journey because things happen when you do not anticipate them, and it's the power to be able to rise above what just happened that motivates you to keep going. Remember, we said getting an empowered mindset, having an empowered mindset is not a destination. Rather, it is a journey. It is a process. We keep learning, we keep advancing, we keep growing every day. So when things happen to you and you did not anticipate them, please do not call a pity party. We may not come. We may come briefly if there's food. Aside from that, we may not show. So avoid pity parties because you always have people that will join you on that ground and they or very few people that want to hold your hand and lift you up. Always find the people that want to raise you up from where you are down, not people that want to stay down with you and keep you down. So have adaptability. And just to add to the SMART goals, you can do what we call smarter goals. So when you have reached your time and you've not achieved, you can go back and you can look at it and review. And whatever you do, don't stop going. That's what we're saying. All right, you need to take a break, take that breather. Retreat is all part of the process. So we've been talking about an empowered mindset. So as we wrap up this episode of Bold TV, I just want the ladies on this topic to give their last thoughts, advisory or remarks on an empowered mindset. So,
beautiful ladies, remember that you have the power to shape your journey. And all you need to do is to embrace your strengths, acknowledge your weaknesses, keep learning, keep desiring to be the better version of what you want to be, because there is always room for improvement.
I like to tell my ladies out there, be boldly determined. Be boldly determined. Every day is a battle, and set out to win. Set out to win. Even if you don't bring the cup home that day, the next day, go again. Be boldly determined as you face whatever hurdles, lay across the path. Cheers.
My final last word will be, empowered mindset is necessary and it's possible. It's necessary and it's possible. Thank you.
What I will say is your mind can either be a garbage bin or a solution and value center. You decide, what do you want it to be? So whatever you put in there determines what it gives out. You program garbage, it will give you garbage. So decide how you want your mind to be, because it will determine where you go, how far you go, who you become, and what you're able to achieve.
Awesome. So I want to thank everyone for being a part of this edition of Bold TV. It's been exciting, it's been interesting, and I'm hoping that the information that we brought to you on this episode will help you to be empowered in your process of becoming a better version of yourself, becoming an improved version of yourself, even in this month. Be intentional, be consistent, be resilient, be intentional about your approach in life, and you will see yourself making great wins. So I hope we're able to motivate someone to be bold, determined, how did they put it? Boldly determined to get an empowered mindset. So before we wrap up this particular episode, then this is a period where we want to do a tribute to one of our bold sisters. The course of this month of September, we got some really sad news about one of our bold sisters. And when we say devastating news, we lost an icon, we lost an advocate, we lost an angel, we lost a woman who is a power source in the disability community earlier this month of September. And she's been on Bold Hearts initiative. She's been on Bold TV on different episodes. And when we got the news, it was very sad. And we determined that we'll do a tribute to her, to honor the work that she has done, to speak about what she has done, to let you know that sometimes it's not how long, but really how well. And Nnenna has done so much in the time that she had to spend with us. So for those who do not know, Nnenna, she is a native of Alaukwu-Ezekiel in Bende local government area. She held a bachelor's degree in education from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, and she was a polio survivor. And she was also an advocate, a strong advocate in the disability community. She was also an author, and one of her books is coming out soon, The Menace of Poliomyelitis. It saddens me that she didn't get to see that book come out because she's been writing it for so long. And it was finally ready in the month of July to be launched soon. She was an author. She had written 2 books prior, and she, until the time of her death, she worked at the Ministry of Women Affairs as the social welfare officer. And what even makes it sadder, she was joined in holy matrimony with her beloved husband. And so she got married last year. So a real blow to us, but we do not question what happened. We can't do that. What we do is we celebrate her legacy, we push for what she stood for, and we stand for what she stood for. Continue to rest in power, rest in peace, and rest in the bosom of our Lord. We will miss you. Your fight will continue, with the ones that you've left behind and the lives that you have touched.
Ine, I missed you. I remember all the times I shout out for you to come and be a participant. You just say, send me the date and the time and the topic, and you just accept. So it's a loss and a minus in both Heart Initiative, both TV and the disability community. I miss you and we miss you and we love you. Thank you.
Continue to rest in peace, and I know that where you are is better than where you have left, and one day we will reunite with you, and I hope that God will continue. I pray that God continues to comfort the ones you have left behind, and that they will stay strong and remember the good times they have spent with you.
I joined my sisters this evening to celebrate your life, the life that you live, the life of kindness, of resilience. We see you doing things, going out of your way to do things, even in the disability community. It is so sad to have you live at this prime of your age, but God knows best. I pray that you find rest, and I pray that God comfort your family, especially your beloved husband, who is also a person with disability. I pray that God will comfort him and give him the fortitude to bear this loss.
Yeah, it is well, isn't it? May your soul rest in peace. We know you are in a better place.
So that's our tribute to our sister, beautiful, outstanding lady with disability, left too soon, but left footprints in the sands of time. The legacy will live on in your books, in your words, in the different conversations we had on different episodes of Bold TV. We celebrate your life, no matter how short it was. We're saddened by the event, but God will continue to comfort everyone. We thank everyone for being with us on this journey of this episode. Yes, it may have ended on a sad note, but remember, we have empowered mindsets. We will thrive, we will continue to push, and we'll continue to move in spite of the challenges, obvious ones like this ones, salient ones that people do not see. My last word would be to any woman with disability who may be going through anything. You have sisters, you're not alone, you're never alone. Even a kind word, a small smile, somebody may not have too much, but that support through knowing that another person knows is a very powerful thing that can help you overcome. So until we see you next Saturday on another episode of Bold TV, 10:30 a.m., we ask that you join us on our YouTube and Facebook channel and be a part of this episode and past episodes. So until then, we say take care, take charge, and remain empowered. Bye.
This is Bold TV.